All right. That's a lot of nutmeg. Okay. Welcome everyone into the Nutmeg Tavern. I am Ivy Yorka and I am your host today. Dad is taking a break behind the console running the things I usually run, and he's doing okay.
So on that note, let us know how it looks and sounds.
Yeah, because we were having a little audio difficulty because I'm not running things. Obviously, that was why we were having trouble. So, Dad, are you going to say hi?
I'm here.
I said hi.
Hi.
There we go. That's better. All right, so today we are going to be talking about... Okay, originally we had thought we were going to be talking about exotic pets. The more we researched, it kind of turned into an exotic animals in general and menageries and zoos. But the front half will be about exotic pets, and then we'll kind of move into the menageries and the zoos part. There's more talking about the menageries and zoos, which is why the rest of the live stream is kind of more about that. So, I think that we can hop into slides.
Yes. Sounds good.
All right. So I started off with some of the lower class to middle class pets. So this was my favorite. That's why I put it in front.
Yes.
This is the guinea pigs. And I think the guinea pigs are adorable. And I had not seen any other references to guinea pigs except for this picture, which is a little odd. Of course, it's hard to look up guinea pig because you look up guinea, and of course, everything is about the money currency, a guinea. And even if you look up a guinea pig, sometimes it will just be a pig, and it will reference the money they used to buy the pig. So it's a little tricky to look up guinea pigs and find guinea pigs. So this is one of the only references we have, but you can see them. And they are referenced in other places. It's just hard to look for them specifically.
And they look just like our calico.
They look just like our guinea pigs.
They sure do. Unlike, sometimes you'll see dog breeds and they'll have morphed from the time period to now, but nope, these cute little guinea pigs look pretty much the same.
Mm-hmm.
Oop, sorry about that.
It's okay. I figured out the thing.
Are we? Which one?
That one. That one. The bunny. No, the bunny, not the owls.
I didn't do that. You did it.
I didn't do that.
Okay. I'm not touching anything.
That wasn't me.
What are you talking about?
Is it maybe on autoplay?
Maybe.
You know how sometimes
I think I might have hit autoplay.
Hold on. Let's find out.
We'll get back to where we're supposed to be.
This is disastrous. Okay, there you go.
Okay. There's the bunny. This was a nice picture of a bunny. I don't know if they're planning to eat the bunny or not, but I'm pretending that it's their pet bunny. I mean, she's patting the bunny.
That's right. It's probably safe.
I'm sure it's a safe bunny here.
Well, notice the echoing of the cabbage to the bunny, and I don't know what they're trying to say there, but...
I think it would... the title of this, which I don't know why I didn't put it on the slide. I guess I forgot about it this time. The title of this was something about a maid in rural happiness. So I think she's just happy with her cabbage and her bunny.
I guess.
I don't know. All right, let's see if this works this time.
Nothing's happening.
Nothing's happening.
Okay.
Okay.
Next.
You can do it for now. This one, it does say children with pet owls.
No way.
It says children with pet owls.
No way.
I'm puzzled about this one because, of course, the clothing feels like it's mimicking Grecian.
It does.
So, but we're still enjoying the...
I'm enjoying the owls with strings tied to their feet.
Definitely
like
not legal
leashes.
today.
No.
Do not try to keep a bow.
Do not try this at home.
I haven't even, sometimes you'll go and you'll see people with raptors, right, that they're caring for. I don't think I've ever seen someone with okay, maybe I saw someone with an owl one time.
I don't think
I think
owls
it might have
make
been a
very
barred owl.
affectionate pets.
Well, it could be that they're harder to care for because they're nocturnal.
Yeah, that's true. So I'm not saying that they necessarily had pets as owls, but of course it was an idea in their minds, or else they wouldn't have
That's right. Made a picture of
made a
it.
picture of the children with the pet owls. I also liked the picture.
True.
You can go. This one, now people did have squirrel pets, and you find multiple mentions of the collar and chain specifically for the squirrels. So you can see he's got his special little chain and his collar, and I think one of the Old Bailey records I looked up, I didn't print it out because it wasn't specifically about the squirrel, but it did talk about a chain and collar for a squirrel that had gotten stolen. So,
Well, looks like it's sterling silver.
yeah. So
He's
squirrel
living in the lap of
He
luxury.
is. And he got to be painted in the portrait.
He sure did. So, of course, this made me wonder if it's legal to have squirrels now as pets. But apparently, in the U.S., it's pretty illegal in most places.
Really?
Yes, and I mean,
You
they
can
just
have a raccoon, but you can't have a squirrel.
right. To be honest, they just look like they'd make fun pets. Like
They
they're
do.
really cute and they have fluffy tails. Like
They're rats with fluffy tails.
the fluffy tail's the important part, right?
Well,
So
They've got cuter faces and ears than rats. So are raccoons illegal?
let's see.
Not in Indiana.
I just think it's weird because you see squirrels everywhere, and there's lots of them.
Yes, you'd think people would have just snatched them up.
I know.
Okay, they're legal. Raccoons are illegal in roughly 30 to 34 states. So that one a little bit more, depending state to state.
All right. Anyway,
Next.
you can move. So there's another one. This is from the Met. And this is a... You
He's
could
got a wonderful look to him.
He looks like kind of a scared squirrel. But I did think it was interesting that they specifically,
Yeah.
when they sculpted this squirrel, they put a chain and a collar on him.
Yeah.
He's definitely a pet.
And it looks just like the chain and collar on the
Yep.
on the last squirrel.
Yeah. But probably the ugliest squirrel face ever.
The other squirrel was a lot cuter. And this is with a parrot. There's a lot of portraits with parrots in them.
Yes.
Squirrels are less common, but parrots seem to be a very common upper middle class pet. Or exotic pet. Aside from a dog or a cat, parrots seem to be... I think they're easier to take care of. And it does talk about in one of these menagerie things that a lot of the animals in a menagerie were birds because they were easier to import and
Yes. Care for.
take care of.
Yeah, we were talking a bit about reptiles and how not only do you have the difficulty of finding the correct food for them, but it is harder to maintain their environment, and keep it warm enough and everything for them. Whereas,
Yeah.
birds, smaller mammals, not bad. And parrots also would have the benefit of being long-lived.
Yeah. Unlike most reptiles. I did try looking for reptiles. The only thing I really found was snakes.
Yes, when I was looking at kind of the history of it, and it looked like it was something that kind of became widespread a bit later on,
Yeah.
when it was easier to maintain their habitat.
Yeah.
Notice the baby has I think it's a red coral teething little thing. That's what she's holding in his hand. Another kind of, that's a rich baby toy.
Yeah, that wood coral, very,
Sometimes they
from
even had sterling silver on them and whatever. And off we go.
So there were a few advertisements with parrots in them. This one was they found a parrot and they're advertising for it. Parrot was caught in Water Street on the 19th instant. Whoever proves it, their property, which how would you prove it? Your property?
Maybe you could bring like witnesses. They're like, these people are
Maybe.
my family and friends, and they know that this is
This is my parrot.
my parrot. Or maybe you had a receipt when you bought it.
And pays charges may have it by applying to Robert Maffett in Water Street, the corner of Walnut Street. So,
1776.
So if this is your parrot, that would be where you would want to go
Yes.
and retrieve him
Come
from.
fetch your parrot, or I'm going to keep it. This one, I thought it was interesting that it was the cage, and it didn't look as high class as the other one. It wasn't a
Doesn't look
formal
like a
portrait.
parrot.
It doesn't really
Someone
look
sold
like
her
a parrot.
parrot.
It does say it's a parrot. It kind of looks like a pigeon, but maybe if the drawing had color,
Maybe.
you would be able to tell he was a parrot and not a pigeon. Or maybe the artist didn't know how to draw
Yeah.
a parrot.
It's like selling a chicken as a parrot or something. It's a parrot. Parrot, look at it.
No, really.
It's an exotic from over the seas. Okay. What have we got here?
This is $2 reward lost on Thursday morning, the 6th instant, May, a parrot who is very young and not yet tutored to prattle. The head, breast, and legs are yellow and the feet dark. The pinions are red. Whoever will deliver said parrot at number 48 on the bay will have the above reward.
Interesting.
I thought this was interesting because it talked about teaching the parrot to talk. And I thought the money was interesting because I wanted to know how much it would cost to get a parrot or to maintain a parrot. Which it was hard to find. I didn't see any advertisements selling parrots specifically.
Yeah.
So $2, I'm assuming that buying an actual parrot would be maybe 3 or 4 times more than this. But at least it gives an idea of the worth that, they might put to a parrot. Like,
Yeah.
that they care about the parrot at least this much.
Right. And that's South Carolina, 1784. Now that's a parrot.
That is a parrot.
I
But-
think the reason why I didn't think that one back there was a parrot, is it doesn't have a parrot beak that I can see very well. Maybe it
That's
does.
true. Its beak is
Because that's
not...
the thing that really, you see it and you say, okay, that's a parrot.
And it makes you wonder, did the artist start when the parrot was there and then they finished when the parrot had left for the day and they're like, oh, now what was that beak like?
It just looks like
Yeah.
a chicken. I don't know.
It's something.
That cage doesn't look like it's big enough for that parrot.
No, not really. But he's not in the cage right now. I didn't know what she was giving the parrot. It kind of looks like it's trying to eat it. It could be a fruit. But it's a kind of weird looking fruit if it's a fruit.
But maybe it's something he wants to play with.
It could be something he wants to play with, but I don't know that... how would he play with that? It's too big for his
You
beak.
should have zoomed in on this. I want to see
Well, we
closer.
did zoom in on it, and it was still hard to see when you
It
zoomed
didn't
in
look
on
much more interesting when it was zoomed in on.
Nice.
it. Right? It didn't answer our question. We're still pondering.
She's got crazy jewelry on.
She does.
I had not noticed that. She absolutely does.
I didn't notice that either. I was more concentrated on what she was holding than her.
I don't know
She's
what
got
that
a-
little floof is that sticks
Yeah.
up, like it's a
and-
military decoration.
And it's especially the fact that it's... Because the side piece and the earrings kind of feel unusual, but the top of the headpiece, and it's all matching
Yeah.
together, feels very unusual. But it looks pretty.
It does look pretty.
Yeah.
Speed and Style Tony says that obviously she's trying to give the parrot a nutmeg.
Obviously.
Right.
Giant silver
So-
nutmeg.
I have a super chat here, and this is from Ashley LeCount. My dad had a pet raccoon and a pet crow that talked like a parrot, and it would say their names and tell them to shut up.
I have a story about a parrot here.
A crow.
A crow. Not a parrot. A crow that talked like a parrot, and it was a very smart crow, apparently.
Yes. We will. We'll get there.
I'll read the crow
You're gonna find it.
thing.
You want to read that now?
Sure, I can
Go
do
for
it.
Okay.
All right, it's kind of long. I might skip around in it. Ahem. Natural Curiosity, an account of a sensible talking parrot lately Mr. Howard's in Salisbury. This crow was taken at London in New Hampshire between 3 and 4 years since. When young, it was tamed and learned to talk, and he presently discovered great... Sorry, this is hard to read. Great something and uncommon care for his master's interest, magnified many ways, among which are some of the following. One day, observing some of the family to drive off the hens from a field of wheat near the house, Tom, that's what they called the crow, from the time undertook that province of himself, and suffered no fowl to go there afterwards. So he was a smart crow. And at another time, perceiving a man about to take some hay out of his master's barn, he flew at him and scratched him and beat him off. So apparently he was very good at recognizing people too and knowing that they didn't belong there.
Guard parrot.
Yeah.
That's what we all need.
Afterwards, a young man was about to get some apples from a tree in his master's orchard, and he attacked him. The young man said, "Tom, won't you let me get just one apple?" Upon this, he flew up into the tree and pulled out one apple, and he threw it down to him. And the young man put in his pocket and then reached up his hand to get another one. Mm-hmm. And upon this, Tom, with great indignation, cried out, "You bad as good, take them all, go away." The spring before that, he was brought to Salisbury, being present to Mrs. Howard's from London for a while. At first coming, he was confined, but he was so uneasy that they let him at liberty, and he was at large visiting the neighbors, and came and went when he pleased, and soon discovered that the same care for his new master's interest as for the old. One day, a hen with chickens tied near the house was attacked by a hawk, and Tom undertook their defense and effected it.
This is a crow?
This is a crow.
This is a crow.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Were you still thinking it was a parrot?
I was mixed up.
They said it was a crow. I think I might have skipped a little bit there. I mean, I might have cut out some of it.
Yes.
Anyway, he managed to attack the hawk and get the hawk to leave.
Do you really think that these were all true stories?
Hold on. At the end,
right?
He
addresses this.
It says, I believe every part of the above account may be depended upon, and many other particulars might be added from the most creditable testimony.
Well, there is that crow that makes the tools.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
But I just didn't know they could talk and.
They can.
But I think they're maybe.
I think they're exaggerating here a little bit, but it does say that it's from the most credible testimony.
Yes.
The most credible.
Well, people are replying in the chat, and they're like, okay, somebody they know has a starling, which is in the same family, and it right, it's a talker, and I've heard of crows that talk before, and this person is mentioning that they're known to recognize humans, which I have also run across. They're very, very smart.
They're very smart. I don't know about the,
I think
speaking words that
are fitting to the
applicable to the circumstance. But
there's a reason why he used the raven in
yes. It also talks about him knocking on the window and yelling at them to let him in. I think I cut that part out, but it's in here. All right. We can go back into this.
Okay.
Well, wait. No, I take it back. There was another thing I was going to read about squirrels when we were looking at the squirrel slides, but I forgot. So this is from the Old Bailey records, and it's about a shoplifter that used a squirrel. Let's see. So Elizabeth Bletcher and Mary Watkinson, and they're accused of shoplifting. Let's see. Where does the account start? So they showed them several pieces. They went to a fabric store, and they asked about silk, and they showed them several pieces. On a sudden, Wilkinson pulled a squirrel out of her pocket, which got loose and ran into a little closet, upon which the apprentice went to go catch for them, but the prisoners came and into the closet to catch it, and the apprentice, but he saw her take up some of her coats, upon which he mistrusted them, and looking found the piece of silk missing, and he told his master. So she used the squirrel as a distraction.
Diversionary squirrel. A cunning plan.
Yes, but I think it was a pet squirrel because the apprentice went to go catch it for them.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was just
It
a
doesn't
squirrel.
sound like they brought in any old wild squirrel.
No.
That does sound like it was
It does sound like it was a special shoplifting
Trained
squirrel.
mischief squirrel.
Yes.
But, I mean, even now, if someone came into the store and a squirrel got loose, I too would be deeply distracted if a
Yes,
squirrel got loose.
I would too.
You're like, oh no.
Yeah, I think it's a very good cunning plan in order to shoplift for squirrels. Anyway, we can go back into the slides now.
There we go.
I thought this was a very pretty. I don't know if this is a parrot or if it's a
Cockatoo.
cockatoo.
Yeah.
I think this is a cockatoo. But it looks just like our cockatoos. And this is early. This is 1685
85.
or something. So I thought it was interesting that it was this early and the cockatoo looked just like our cockatoos.
And looking extremely decorative, right? He's being
He
very
is very
photogenic.
pretty.
He's probably dancing,
Yes.
and we just can't tell. Dancing to harpsichord music.
This, I put this in the pet section, even though it's a little bit more like the menageries. But I thought these lemurs were very cute, or monkeys. It says they're monkeys. They look
Yeah,
kind
but
of like
what's
lemurs.
that on the bottom?
That's a rat.
Yeah.
Wait, they mixed up the monkey lemurs and a rat? Maybe it's like
there's 4 monkey thingies, and then there's a rat.
maybe their company. You know how sometimes they put like goats or ponies in with racehorses because it calms them down.
But they've
Maybe
already got 4 monkey thingies. They should.
I
No
wondered
one
if
needs
it
a
made them
rat
a little calmer.
accompaniment.
You know?
No, but this does show what they're eating. It looks like they have some almonds or walnuts
Good, good.
and some grapes, and I don't know what's in that little wrapper there. And they have leaves, so this does show what they're eating, too.
High quality monkey
Yes.
cuisine here.
And that monkey on the top does not look like a position that monkeys curl up in.
Looks like a
To
cat.
me, it looks like a cat. So here's a street organ and a performer with a monkey, a dressed up monkey, and this is getting closer to our. It's not really a pet anymore. It's more used for entertainment and
Working
making money
animal.
with. It's a working monkey.
It's a working monkey. So the little monkeys that looked more like lemurs, they are marmosets. And
Really?
yes, and they have those cute little white ear tufts that
That's what a
chats.
marmoset is.
Yes, and now we know.
I always thought a marmoset was more like a groundhog, because groundhogs are marmots.
Well, there's marmots
Right?
Yes.
and there's marmosets.
I know,
Well,
and
yes,
because
but
the names
I-
are so similar, you're like,
I just thought that they would be similar kinds of animals.
but now we know that, and they are technically a small, long-tailed South American monkey.
Yeah, they've just got lemur tails.
That's right.
They're monkeys with fluffy ears and lemur tails.
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah, these guys, this is much later. It's probably like 1830 or something.
Yes.
Look at that hat, right?
Yeah.
This one was interesting. This one I didn't put in here for the context so much. I'm not sure about the context. I think it's talking about a political anecdote or something like that. But it's talking about someone, and she says, I will mount my old nag and jog as far as Monkey Town. And then the part I was interested in was the footnote at the bottom that said, a village about 3 miles west of from Providence, ludicrously so called from one of the inhabitants formerly keeping a large monkey.
There we go.
I do like when you run across these descriptions about how places got their names, because I too will name places like this. You're like, you know, this is Sunset Hills where we go to watch the sunset,
Yeah.
right? And the name sticks, and there you are. And
That's that place that had the peacocks.
right? And
Yeah.
Packerton, the place with the pop machine.
The Packerton pop machine. All right.
Okay, let's see here.
So this came from a bigger picture. There's the nice bookseller there, but there's a poster with exotic animals, and there's a monkey on top. And I think the monkey on top is a real monkey.
Yeah.
And then it's just pictures of the lion and the rhino and the parrot and the lion, I think, and the tiger.
Is there a flamingo? No, it's
No,
a
that's
red
a parrot.
There's
It's a red parrot.
Yeah.
And there's an ostrich poster behind it. I hadn't seen that ostrich poster before.
Ostrich poster.
It's like right behind the corner of the sign with the animals on it.
Okay.
Anyway. What was this one? Oh, this one was talking about a museum. I don't know if these are alive or stuffed animals. So this is the museum, the Portsmouth Museum. The production of nature is as surprising as instructive, and 2,000 different insects with a variety of butterflies, each of them clothed in rich dress. That's so weird that the first S is the fancy S and
Yep.
the second S isn't. Okay, upwards of 100 snakes, each differing in their species, may be seen. Where did they get 100 species of snakes in Portsmouth? We don't have that many snakes here, do we?
No.
Maybe there must have been someone here in
They're
this
from all over.
who really loved snakes, because I mean,
suppose so.
this must have taken quite some time.
But the number of 100 snakes make me think that they're not alive anymore.
That would be hard to maintain, I would think.
Yes, and it does say it's a museum, but I still thought it was interesting that they had collected all these animals. The museum will be open every day in the week, Sundays excepted, from 9 to 12 in the morning, and admittance is 20 cents, and to strangers it's 25 cents. So, if you're a stranger, you don't get the discount.
Right. And what 9 to 12?
Yes. And then free admittance to officers of the Navy and Army. So you get a veteran discount too.
And students of the universities
And
and
you get a
colleges.
student discount.
Right?
And then at the bottom there it says a flying squirrel and a sea tree. You can also see. Because I was looking for flying squirrels, as you can see. I didn't see a lot of flying squirrel references except for this one.
But apparently they kept them as pets.
Yes, I did. I saw articles referencing that they
Right.
kept them as pets, but I couldn't find the primary documentation for it, so I didn't put it in here.
Right. And the lava of a burning mountain.
Yes,
It must be artwork.
I know,
Or
because
a chunk of
it's not going to be
cold
still
lava.
burning.
I hope
From the
not.
mountain.
That'd be bad.
That would be bad. On Friday, a most beautiful leopardess was sent to the menageries at the Tower, presented to Her Majesty for its extraordinary beauty by Mrs. Perry. Brought from an island in South America, it is supposed to be of that kind, whose tail, a French naturalist says, will grow to the length of 8 or 9 yards. So
They do have long
they
tails.
do have long tails.
Yeah, but 8 or 9 yards.
No, Wikipedia says that the ever trustworthy Wikipedia says that leopards have tails that are 24 to 28 inches. So,
Not feet.
not feet.
You want to cover the list of Patreon and YouTube members?
Yes. Dad's forcing me to do the Patreon and member names.
You're stretching your
Yeah.
ability to pronounce names that
Yes.
are. Dad's like,
Dad.
Dad's taking a break.
All right, so you can listen to me struggle through these names, and thank you so much to everyone on this list. All right, for the members we have Anna Richardson, Trench Cook, Al Jones, Alexander Belinsky. There we go. Seahounds Maritime, Uncle Tum Tum, Catherine Johnson, Technical Bro, Sewing Panda, Ian Hutt, Mr. J. Willis 1, and Salmon is Decent.
See? They took it easy on you.
I don't know that salmon is decent.
You just gotta make that salmon patties.
Okay.
With a little bit.
I don't even like salmon patties that much. But it's okay. We're saying thank you to them anyway, even though they think that
Thank
salmon
you.
is decent. And then for Patreon, we have Frank H. So thank you to everyone on the
thank
list.
you. Okay. Looks like someone gave some gift memberships.
Charles Furling sends in 10 Townsend's
you.
gift memberships. And let me check. I think there was, yes, hold on just a sec. Okay, so there's a super chat here, and this is from Dave Eggleston. I don't often get to see a stream live. Here's a little something for John's upcoming video on rabbit stuffed cabbage. It'd be delicious.
I don't know.
That's not so sure. Okay, and then here's a super chat from Maxar Cool. And it has a squirrel, a raccoon, a parrot, a flamingo, a camel, and an owl.
All the things.
That's right.
I don't know that I found. I think there was a picture that had a camel in it.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there a flamingo later? Some of the birds
There's a flamingo later.
Okay.
I know there's a flamingo.
got pretty much everybody.
All right.
Okay.
Are we ready to?
I
Yes.
think so. Let me see if I
Onwards.
can make this thing work. I'm battling something here. Hold on. I can't make it work. What's new?
Uh-oh.
It's all right. It's all right.
I don't know
This
what
work?
Dad's trying to do over
work?
there.
No.
Right,
He's
he's got snarled up in
experimenting.
the technology.
Stupid thing. Anyway, next.
There we go.
All right. So this is people visiting leopards at a menagerie. Maybe this is the leopard with the tail that's
Maybe.
8 yards long.
Those look like hyenas.
They got spots.
Exactly.
They're only. I think the one that's closest
Yeah.
looks like a leopard, and the one in
Yeah.
the back.
But that
Looks
kind of
like a hyena.
hunchy look, that's classic hyena. But
Maybe it's just a sad leopard.
it's probably just bad art. That's all.
I
Okay,
don't-
it's
I
better
think
than
they
mine.
did a good job. I wouldn't be able to do any better.
Yeah.
I do think that the way that it's formatted is interesting. So that's the leopard.
Yeah, seeing this particular picture was making me grateful that the zoos kind of have the ability to create more natural habitats for the
Yes.
animals. Because like our zoo at Fort Wayne has, they got a tiger and they have lions and they have lovely wide open spaces to wander around
Yes.
in. And it makes me wish that these leopards had that here.
I know.
Yeah, Great Dane / hyena
Leopard.
things.
With spots. This wasn't a very big image, but I did like it. In the center there, you can see all the birds. And this is Versailles.
Birds?
Yes, birds.
You can see them kind of different in the different sections.
Okay. Oh,
So like there's the foresty section,
get
and there's
it.
the like little pond sections, and that's got a lot of birds. You can't see what kinds of birds, but you can see that there were a lot. More birds than people in this picture, one could argue. And nice big ones. But I couldn't make the picture much bigger because it was a very, very tiny picture.
Not enough pixels. That's right. Happens sometimes.
Okay, so this is in French, but I did some work, and some of them I managed to translate.
Very good.
There's a toucan.
There is toucan. Like some of them are not in French. I'm wondering if the French hadn't come up with the words for them yet.
Or if we just use the
Right,
French.
like, sometimes we'll
Right.
use the word,
Pigeon is pigeon.
right?
Yes, pigeon is pigeon. So this is the King's Menagerie in France. So I don't know what the first one is. I think it might be an ostrich. Maybe. Just by looking at it. And then the next one is a Canada goose, which I thought was interesting. Or at least that's what
They
Google
can have all of
Translate
ours.
said. So this is according to Google Translate because I don't speak French that well. So you can take this translation with a grain of salt. But so then the next one is a cardinal, which again is from North America. And then a royal bird, which they talk about royal birds in other things talking about the menageries. I'm not quite sure what a royal bird is. I did look it up and it looked like something like a kingfisher. It wasn't, but I didn't know if that's what they meant by a royal bird. And then below that one, it says royal chimera bird. So I don't know what they meant by that.
Half bird, half lion.
Right?
I don't think they meant
Very
that they had
exciting.
half bird, half lion. But so then there's in P. I don't know what the first one is. And then there's pelican, and this is a ground pelican. And then below that is the brown pelican. And then we have a peacock. And then I don't know what the next one says. It just says paradise. So maybe it means
Yeah,
a bird of
paradise bird.
paradise. Yeah. And then there's the parrot. And there's parakeets. And there's pigeons. And then there's two kinds of hens. So there's Sultan's chickens, which today is a breed of chickens. They're the white ones with the really fluffy feathers at their feet and head. And then there's the Barbary hen, which I think they're black. They're a breed of chicken today. So I don't know if that's what they meant when they were talking about a Barbary hen or a Sultan's chicken, but that's what they're called today. So, and then there was the toucan, and then there was a turtle dove, and then there was a vulture.
Yeah. Just what everybody needs.
Just
a
what
vulture.
everybody needs. And so then this is a picture of the birds at the king's menagerie. And there's ostriches, and there's a cassowary. They talk about cassowaries a lot.
Yes, they do.
Which-
Maybe because they're very impressive.
They are very impressive, but I do not think I would want to transport a cassowary. Those things are scary.
It is true that some of like the larger birds, like ostriches and cassowaries, they can pack a punch.
And this one does have flamingos in it.
Beautiful.
There we go.
Okay. And this one I like because you could see all the different kinds of animals. And there's a raccoon. Do you
Yeah.
see him? The ladder leads up to the raccoon.
Hold on, my thing hasn't updated the new picture. Hold on.
And
I wanna
there's a
see this
hole in the
raccoon.
tent.
There is a hole in the tent.
Oh no.
There's a zebra and an elephant and kangaroos and a pelican and a bear and a tiger and a lion. I don't know what the tiny tiger
Apparently,
looking
the tiger
thing is.
needs poked with a stick every once in a while.
I don't think I would want to have the job of poking the tiger with the
No.
stick. There's a baboon and other kinds of monkeys and a weasel looking thing. And that might be a gorilla in the back. Maybe in the shadows. But there were lots of variety of animals here.
So this is 1820 in London. Okay.
And there's another menagerie one. There's an elephant and a tiger and a... What is
Pharaoh
that?
mouse.
Pharaoh mouse. I don't know what a pharaoh mouse is. And then that does not look like a hyena.
Squirrel
That,
ears and
it's,
that's a chimera.
it's like a squirrel wolf, not a hyena.
And a very wrinkly elephant.
Yes. There's a guinea.
That does not look like a guinea fowl.
Well, he's cute. Okay, so this you can pop out.
I am trying.
There we go. So Lauren found a book, and she specifically mentioned it because it talks about feeding the porcupine that they have. But I thought there were other interesting parts of it too. I have multiple pages. We'll see what parts I read and what parts I don't. So this is Visits to the Menagerie, and it's a whole book about visits to the menagerie, and it's in France, and it's written more specifically to children and school children to learn about animals. So, visits to the menagerie. And there are these two people, and they're talking to each other about the animals. It's kind of a weird setup for a book talking about whatever.
Yeah, it's, sometimes you'll see it, I don't know, so they'll have it when they're doing, like, they'll do the dialogue when they're doing, like, French to English dictionaries and stuff like that, and it kind of felt a little bit like that. You don't see the dialogue thing very often in their literature, but this felt like that.
Yes, so it's a dialogue between two people talking about going to the menagerie. So, the first person says, I have a great piece of news for you. And some days since, a caravan of live animals arrived in the botanical garden, which they had been visiting. And so they decide to go see the animals in the botanical garden. And he asks, whence do they come from? From Holland, and originally Africa, and some of them from America. So they go to the menagerie. He does ask, like, are there rare animals, or are they fierce, or are they tame? And he's like, yes, yes, all of the above. And he does say here, they are almost all birds, among which you will see the king of vultures, the cassowary, which is as large as an ostrich, the royal bird, and the hoko.
There he is.
Hoko.
Yeah.
Which, that slide that you had there was that's a hoko.
Indeed, very impressive looking.
A
Looks like someone
species
does
of
his hair.
pheasant of a fine shining black, which it is. I would agree with that definition. I hear that also some storks have arrived, and a kind of stag from the banks of Ganges. And also a porcupine, saying some Angora goats, and several pairs of silver pheasants from China. I also have a picture of the silver pheasants from China.
Because they're very impressive.
They are very pretty.
These guys here? Right there?
Yep. Those are the silver pheasants. I don't know why they're called silver.
Because one's black and white and one's gray?
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Every once in a while, there's a animal swap meet around here, and it meets in the summer, and sometimes we'll go, and every once in a while, you'll see some of these decorative pheasants, the gold lace and everything. Very pretty.
Very pretty. So they say, oh, I really want to go, and they go and they see the animals, and they get to the botanical garden, and let's see, will you be so good as to show them to us? With pleasure. Come in and let us begin with the porcupine. Its whole body, you will see, is stuck with formidable pointed quills. It grunts like a hog, but in all other respects, it differs from that animal. And more resembles the hare or the beaver. It has a short head like a beaver, and like a hare, a cloven lip, round flat ears, and feet armed with claws. You can scarcely judge of its countenance, for it commonly remains motionless in a corner. I think that's probably because it's not a happy porcupine.
Or it's dead.
It's not dead.
He's eating food. They're about to feed him.
Oh, okay.
They feed him. And then, let's see. They say sometimes it rolls up into a ball. Where does it talk about?
Well, first they have to make sure that you know that he doesn't shoe his quills.
Yes,
They
yes,
go into
I was
them.
looking for that part.
Right?
It
Of course they
says,
shoot across the room. Come on, I've seen it in cartoons.
it is, however, neither wild nor savage, but only jealous of liberty, and gnaws wood with its foreteeth, which are very strong and sharp, and would soon break through the door of its den, which I don't know why it doesn't.
Maybe they have metal reinforcement.
Possibly. If it was not made of iron.
Yeah.
I should have read a little bit more before I said that.
Just a little bit.
He said, I once put it into a barrel thinking it would be very secure, but in the space of one night, it worked so hard it gnawed all the way through and got out. Although a native of the torrid regions of Africa, this creature will live in
porcupines living in the torrid regions of Africa?
Yeah,
Maybe that's what this
they live in Africa.
this
Some
there
of them.
are African porcupines. So
This
this
is an
crested
African
porcupine, very impressive looking.
Yes. Aren't they the white with the black?
Yes, he's
Yes.
black, and then he has like the quills are like white on his back.
So this is not the North American porcupine. This is the African porcupine.
He looks a little more dangerous.
He does.
He looks a little bigger too.
He probably shoots those.
This one shoots the good.
I'm trying to find where it says.
The diet of the crested porcupine.
No, I'm trying to find where it talks about it not shooting its.
Yeah, because it definitely did.
It did.
discuss
It talked
that.
about. Let's see. It rolls
or
up into a
9
ball
yards.
and rolling upon its prey, pierces them to death with its prickles, without running any risk of being wounded. Okay, and then it talks about it gnawing, and it worked, and it gnawed through the barrel. Mm-hmm. And then it's native regions of Africa. This creature will live and multiply in more temperate climates, such as those of Persia, Spain, and Italy, which I've never heard of the African porcupine being in any of those places. But anyway,
But then again, I've never been to those places to see. We didn't we see a porcupine one time when we were in Maine?
In Maine, yeah.
yes,
In fact,
we did.
we were late to a live stream because of
We
that.
were late to a live stream. Did we have a picture of the porcupine on the live stream?
And we might have.
We
I
might
think
have,
we-
and
I
like,
think we either tried or we did.
and we wanted to stop and see him because we don't have porcupines around here. And we wanted to see. He was an exotic animal to us. We definitely wanted to see him.
He was.
You ready to show us this thing in this next slide? Or no, what else are you going to talk about?
Well,
I was just going to read about what the porcupine
Oh.
ate.
yeah,
Okay.
because one of the things I was concerned about for the animals was how did they make sure that how did they figure out what they were going to feed
Yeah.
them? Because I'm sure they didn't import their food. So they talk a little bit specifically about the porcupine.
So he says, I feed it without difficulty on bread, cheese, and fruit.
Well,
Which, the fruit and the bread probably work. I don't think it needs the cheese.
Although
But-
it does say that they frequently gnaw on bones to obtain calcium and sharpen their teeth. So
there you
maybe
go.
the
The
calcium
cheese
was
is
good for it. Yep.
Porcupines, apparently, they will eat nuts, berries, leaves, seeds, and in the winter they chew on bark and they get the inner bark, and that's what they eat in the wintertime. Although this is probably talking about North American porcupines and not the African porcupines, but they seemed like they could eat pretty much anything and they weren't very picky. So I hope he was
tin cans, whatever they
okay
have.
with the bread and the fruit and the cheese. So, okay, I think that's the end of my pages pretty much. This is a kangaroo from New Holland. I think it said that this was. I think it said in the description of this that this was in captivity, that he drew it from life in captivity, because he wasn't, trekking out to.
He didn't travel to go take it. He was
Yeah.
he was drawing a capture.
Well, obviously, I don't think Australia looks like that.
No.
Well,
don't think it
and
does.
what I found funny about this picture was, and we'll see it again with the zebra, is that George Stubbs is extremely famous in the time period for specifically drawing horses. So to me, it is funny that they're like, "So I got another animal for you to draw," and
Could
like,
draw a zebra.
all right.
Sort of like a big mouse.
Yes, and this is a giant fighting mouse.
Yes. That will kick you.
That's right.
And there is his zebra. This is the Queen's zebra. This again said in the description that this was that the Queen commissioned George Stubbs to paint her zebra, and the background is neither of the menageries that the zebra lives in, nor of where zebras actually live. So he just made up the background because he wanted to draw a forest.
Right? Someplace quiet for the zebra.
Yes.
It was interesting in the description. He was talking about the person was describing how we can see the nature of the zebra here, because you can kind of see his ears are kind of pinned back, and
Yes.
he's a skittish
It's a skittish zebra.
he is.
And I did print out some pages, but I can't read them because
the contrast isn't quite good enough.
The contrast is not good enough. But this talked about that you can tell whether a zebra is male or female because the male zebras have brown and white stripes, and the female zebras have black and white stripes. I think that they were looking at a male zebra that just happened to have browner stripes, and a white zebra that just happened to have whiter stripes. Because I looked it up and it does not look like there's anything anything in the stripes that you can tell, except that the stripes are like whiter in the males and thinner in the
Probably
females.
only had access to
I
two
wonder.
zebras.
Probably.
Well, I'm wondering whether they, might have thought about reaching that conclusion because birds are like that quite
That's
a bit,
true.
right? And
Yes.
that obviously that I can if they were familiar with birds, I can see why they might have kind of like put that assumption onto the zebra.
Yes. Was that it?
No, there's more.
I think there's two
I
more.
thought you were.
No, I can't read this.
I
tried. Yes.
Sometimes you're like, I
It's
should have
not
bumped the
readable.
contrast on that.
Sometimes it's all blurry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what we can do here.
There we go.
Ooh, there
There's
you
the
go.
hyena.
Really?
Yes.
Did someone inflate him or what?
He just had supper.
I think he just doesn't want to be painted.
Well,
I think that's the problem with this hyena. He doesn't look very happy. The face kind of looks like a hyena. I think he looks more like a hyena than the squirrel wolf did.
I mean, when you switched over to the slide, you're like, yes, this is definitely a hyena.
I do think it's funny that there's bones in the background. 'Cause
Already.
That's where hyenas belong. With
I saw
bones.
some hyenas in Africa. They were just very yucky.
I don't even like
okay.
the hyenas at the zoo.
The hyenas remind me of possums, like giant,
exactly.
Yeah.
fighting possums.
That might bite you.
Yes.
I mean, possums might bite you, but they don't want to. I think hyenas want to bite you.
Yes.
This
They'd
was,
be perfectly happy to do that.
this was so late, but it was so pretty.
It's true. Like this is painted in, Victorian, is it? And then harkening back to,
Yes.
an earlier time period. But he seems to be,
Please.
so our mom and dad's cat loves to play with feathers, and in my mind, he's playing with the parrot with the feather.
I think
don't
the parrot
actually
is
know.
enjoying it. I
Right?
think he's playing with it with a feather.
Having fun.
And that parrot looks like it fits its cage,
That's definitely a plus.
unlike the other parrot that looked like it was.
Yes.
Much
You're a
too
little
large.
worried. You're like, did they have a smaller bird before and they just
Yeah.
reused the cage? And you're like, I don't know.
Or did the artist squish the cage so that it would fit into the painting better?
Yes.
I think that's the last slide.
I'm surprised you didn't use the picture of the one kitchen maid with the parrot.
Well,
classic.
there were just many, many
Ah,
parrots.
yes.
There were a lot of parrot ones, and I already had a lot of parrot pictures.
So true.
Parrots seem to be the most common. Monkeys are common. Squirrels are common. I thought about putting dogs in there too, but I think they aren't exotic. That was not the point.
Gotcha.
My screen is
Unusual
flashing.
pets.
Ah.
Okay. Are we all caught up? Was there anything else you wanted to touch on in your papers?
There wasn't anything else I had, or were there any questions or super chats?
Yes. Okay, so this is a member chat. Hope you have all been well. Nutmeg, smiley face. And then here is a super chat from Speed and Style Tony. Some funds to start the Townsend's Menagerie next to the cabin, question mark?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh. We
Okay.
can start with squirrels and raccoons.
See, what I was thinking we could start with would be fancy chickens. Right?
Yes.
We could get the little
Yes.
fluffy
The
footed
fluffy
white
chickens.
Right? I think
And
that-
some pheasants.
Yes.
Some
some
hoko
yes.
pheasants. Which, when I saw hoko, I thought it was talking about a hoopoe.
Yes.
And because
right?
it's spelled similarly.
And we'd seen
But
one recently.
It wasn't a hoopoe. And I was kind of sad. I thought about getting the picture of the hoopoe, but it wasn't in captivity, so it didn't seem like it fit the pets or the menagerie part. But
Right. But like they did in the 18th century, I would be drawn to getting a wide variety of fancy birds.
yes, because birds are nice and, in theory, easy to take care of.
Somebody did have a question earlier. They were wondering about the reptiles, which, we didn't really see much evidence of, but they were wondering about fish. Did you see anybody having unusual fish?
I didn't look for fish.
Yeah.
I think the problem is aquariums.
I think the
Yeah.
technology wasn't there yet.
We do have pictures of like koi
Yeah.
in ponds,
Yeah.
but I don't think until you get big thick plate glass things where you can make aquariums, you really don't see fish.
Because most fish need quite a bit of special care. I mean, they need a big enough space and and kind of the right water and everything. So.
Although you'd think they would have the ability to make fish bowls.
Yes, but we just haven't run
No,
across any. We'd have to look into a bit more.
Yeah, I didn't look for fish, but I also didn't see anything about fish while I was looking for pets in general.
Didn't come up. Okay, I think we're all cut up.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Wonderful.
Did you have anything you wanted me to talk about?
No, take us out.
Okay. I want to thank everybody for coming into the tavern today and listening to me ramble about pets. And thank you everybody for supporting the channel, watching us as we talk about 18th century stuff. So thank you for watching.
And have a great weekend.
And have a great weekend.